Hello, welcome back to Color and Canvas. Glad you could join us. Today we're going to try and recreate a technique. Recreate, approximate. You can never get anything to look exactly the same twice. That's just the nature of fluid art. So last year I did this lovely thing, which I call a flame pour, and it turned out spectacular. We're not sure exactly why it turned out the way it turned out, but we have an idea of how we got it that way. I took a couple of pictures along the way, so I know the technique. I don't know exactly how the paint was. I have an idea, so I'm doing my best to recreate it today. I'm going to put that aside and we'll get started. It is a swipe. And so the paint that I used last year was my regular paint that I use when I do workshops. And it's like Artist Loft or Liquitex Basic tube paints. And I just mix them in these squeeze bottles with Floetrol water and glue. And that's all I ever have when I do workshops, and I was using leftover workshop paint when I did that. So let's give it a go. We'll see whether we can do it exactly the same as last year and have something good come out. The swipe color is mixed yellows. I just had my bottle of yellow, nothing special. But today I threw in a little bit of neon and a little bit of Liquitex iridescent medium, because I wanted it kind of shimmery and really bright. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll see. But that's what we're using, and there's a little bit of silicone in there. I use the coconut hair serum. It has the dimethicone in it. So you either use like treadmill silicone, but you want something with silicone as the main ingredient on the bottle. And if you read the back of the coconut milk, dimethicone is real high on the list of ingredients. So, and I've had great success using it. So I highly recommend it. I've mixed it in really well into my paint. And I might add one more drop actually. Let's get it really silicone-y. Silicone is a nightmare to clean off. But there you go. I'm going to stir that together right before we pour. So let's get started. I do black on this third, so I'm just going to draw a line right now just to separate the colors on the canvas, and then we'll fill them in. Now, I did that a little uneven. I want my yellow up there, so I'm going to move my red over here, and I think we're going to be okay. All right. So now we're just going to fill it in. Make sure you have lots and lots of paint. You don't want to run out on this, I guarantee you. You have to have a good thick layer if you're going to swipe. If you swipe and you have a thin layer of paint, guess what? You're just going to end up with bare canvas, and nobody wants that. I'm going to put this right here. We are swiping with an acetate sheet of plastic. It's nice and stiff, but not too stiff. As you can see, it moves beautifully, and that's what I like to use. So let me just put these paints aside, and we'll get started. We'll stir our silicone in. See how thick it is? It's pretty good. It's relatively thin, which is what we want. You don't want a really thick swipe paint. I'm actually going to just put in a couple of drops of water to thin it a wee bit more. I'm happier with that. Okay. pour right across. We want it over the edge too, because we don't want our swipe sheet to grasp, you know, a piece of bare canvas and drag, you know, nothing along with it. You want, you know, there to be good coverage on the plastic. So I'm just double checking that it's flowed over. I can see under my popsicle stick, you probably can't see it, but I can see everything that's grabbing there. There's definitely paint all along. And I'm going to just put a little bit on the side here to make sure that that looks nice. And that side is covered. And here we go. One easy swipe motion, put 1 foot behind you, 1 foot in front of you, because you're going to be pulling back and you're going to lose your balance if you don't do that. Julie Cuts from Pouring Your Heart Out gave me that tip, and isn't she brilliant? I highly recommend you go find her YouTube channel. And here we go. We're going to get a good contact on that all the way across, and I'm going to pull slowly and towards me, and don't stop. Whatever you do, don't stop. Keep a nice even motion, and there it is. All right, we got some good cells going there. I like it. I'm just going to wait and see how that develops, and I will clean off my swipe sheet in the meantime. See all the paint that's blobbing out from under there? There's a lot of paint that comes with it, which is why I had said earlier that you have to have good paint coverage. You can't be chintzy when you're doing a swipe. There's to be a lot of paint on there because you're going to lose a lot as it moves. Okay, coming along nicely. We're just going to wait for that to develop. I kind of think it looks pretty good at the moment. So as pretty as this is, now is the time for the magic. I'm going to tilt it this way ever so slightly so that I have a beautiful end to this painting. Everything is dripping down. It looks gorgeous. Yeah, I like it. I'm actually going to should have put some paint here because it's a little dry and it's not dripping the way I would like it to, so I'm going to just do that. Fantastic. That looks great just as it is. Okay, leaving that, and we will tilt. Here goes. Stretching out the cells to make the flames. I'm going to tilt it this way a little bit to get that corner covered. And we'll tilt it this way. Oops, oh, I'm losing grip. It's very slippery on this end. This way to get that corner covered. And then we'll move it back to the middle. And looky, looky, looky. We have flames. By George, I think we've done it. Look at that. Fantastic. Exactly the way we were hoping that it would come out. I almost can't believe it. I shouldn't say that since I'm instructing, but it is the nature of how this art is that sometimes it just doesn't come out the way you thought. I'm going to tilt it back this way to get a bit more of that beautiful red. I don't want as much of the dark because, you know, the flames are really bright. There's always, you know, that dark at the bottom where the charred wood is. But you don't want to anti-stretch, right? They're all supposed to be going in one direction. They're a bit off, but they're pretty good. I mean, my gosh. That's not bad. There's that, and then there's that. I think we've done a really good job. And it will look different when it's dry, for sure. It's not going to look exactly like this. The colors will get a little bit darker, but wow, yay, it worked. I hope you enjoyed that, our flame swipe. I'm going to give that a little bit more torch, although I almost don't want to see anything else happen to it, so I might just leave it just like that. We've torched it once. I want to just grab any new air bubbles, but I don't want any more cells, so I think we're going to leave it. If there's an air bubble, so be it. There will be one. I want it to look just like this. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for watching. Please like and share, and please join us again. And I hope in the meantime you go and get some color and get some canvas and make some beautiful art for yourself. Thank you and have a wonderful day.